Xin chào everybody, and happy holidays. Where's my game? There it is. And welcome to Evil GM's Advent Calendar. Advent Calendar? Advent Calendar. Yes, it's Christmas, yes. And not I know I'm supposed to be politically correct and just say happy holidays and so on. But you know what? I just presume that people who don't celebrate Christmas won't necessarily watch this. And okay, they might just as well watch this because because of my channel. Of course. Anyways, let's not call it the Advent Calendar because you know what we're gonna call it? We're just gonna call it Evil GM Calendar because it's gonna be 24 days, or 23 basically. This is the first day of the calendar when Evil GMs has her birthday. Yay, happy birthday for me. And I'm sure there are like millions of people there celebrating my birthday. Want some proof? It's proof by science. It's people have calendars out there. There are like pictures of Moomin and Lego and Star Wars and whatnot. They just mistype it. It's a typo. It reads Christmas. Well, you know what? It's pronounced Evil GM. Just for your information. But hey, first I'd like to say that Merry December, Happy December, everybody. And Finland finally has snow. So yeah, it actually feels like a holiday season. I'm not gonna talk about the Cyber Monday or Black Friday or Grey 50 Shades of Grey Saturday or whatnot. I'm just gonna concentrate on my own birthday that's coming up. And yay, happy birthday for me. Don't forget to celebrate my birthday and buy those birthday calendars. Right? Yeah. You know you want to. How would I say? Other than happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, go to the point. Oh yeah, my topics for these 24 days. I'm gonna talk about different topics. I'm gonna mention 24 dishes that are my favorites. I'm not gonna talk much on why I like them. How to make them. I'm just gonna talk why I like them and what are their purpose in my life, my experience on it, and so on. And same goes for some old game. Of course, I could just mention some AAA games or games played by the mass, but you know, I'm just gonna talk about the games that were present in my childhood because it's these games have some meaning for me. They are the ones that, you know, shaped and made me the cat I am nowadays. And 24, 20, yeah. Let's go. Okay, sure. Did I fail that? Oh, crying out loud. What was I supposed to say? Oh yeah. I'm gonna talk about first about sushi. It has been like how long? 20 years. Yeah, 20 years since I first had sushi in my life. I think it all started when Eats restaurant arrived in Finland. It was a restaurant by, who was it? Oh yeah, a wife of Mika Salo. Well, basically Mika Salo and her wife were celebrating the celebrating their whatnot, and well, they made a well, basically they just made a restaurant together. You know, they're the owners, and they hired a Japanese chef for it, even though the most of the time the chef just slept upstairs or just didn't help the other workers to, you know, make sushi, for example. You know, just cutting those freaking whatchamacallit, strawberries for bang for decoration, and oh boy, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird that the guy has so much in his hands, and yet they hold on, didn't I wait a minute. Oh yeah, I'm concentrating on the game way too much instead of talking. Well, never mind the game. Today we're going to talk about these holidays. Well, anyways, they had this restaurant where it's the first restaurant in the whole Nordic countries that has this thing that spins around the tables, and they have these small little whatchamacallit plates on a assembly line, and the chef would place their the sushi on it, and that's where I ate my first sushi, and I think I didn't really like it. It was okay, but the more I ate, I think the more content I was with the taste. It wasn't that much of my favorite. It's some of it tasted good, and some of it just tasted okay. But mostly the ones with salmon were my favorites. And at some point, I just learned how to make it myself. Because, you know, when you're food enthusiastic and becoming a chef at some point, it was my destiny. It was my destiny to rule the whole galaxy like daughter and mom. And well, the sushi came and the sushi went, and well, like I said, I started to practice making sushi, and I also noticed that the more sushi I made, the better it actually started to taste. And because I have my own style of making sushi, and spicing the whole flavoring, adding the flavors to the ice baby, no, to the rice, yeah, rice baby, and well, what else? Well, is my life, my way of making the sushi, and the more I made, the more people actually started to like it. They were like, hey, your sushi is just great. And after I became a chef, it just got better. And one day I saw Jiro, the dreams of sushi. I started to realize that, hey, there's more to sushi than just these freaking Sunday rolls and whatnot. And yum. Just eat it. Come on, just eat it. And I started to doubt that, is there really something great about 3 Michelin star sushi? Would I actually pay like $300 or euros for sushi? Would I? Should I? And I started to, I've been experimenting with loads of stuff about sushi. I've been experimenting like how, yikes, how how to make versatile sushi. I tried it with red, I mean, wine sauce and bechamel and teriyaki sauce. Tried deep frying it and have mayo and put different sorts of ingredients. And at some point, I finally learned the ultimate mix, my kind of mix for rolls. You know, having honey melon and sometimes bacon, salmon, and leek and a cucumber, avocado. Yeah, that's my futomaki. That's my supreme roll. And I wanted more. I started to check out what is the what is the secret of Jiro sushi. And I saw that I think he made his own sauce. It's not just regular soy sauce, but some sort of a dip that he brushes on the sushi, the fish, and so on. And well, how would I say? I started to Google what's the thing. And at some point, I actually noticed that, gee, this is going to be harder than I thought. And I think after three nights of trying to find the answers for all of this, that why Jiro sushi is the sushi. And well, the search words that I found after, you know, Googling the whole thing, I found new words and I used those words to Google, and after 3 nights of Googling with different words, I finally found it. I finally found the recipe for the sauce, the nigiri sauce, that he uses to brush the thing. And it's like I went to find 8 different sorts of ingredients to finally make this sauce. It's a complicated sauce, and it's basically, now that I know how to make it, it's not that complicated. But believe me, back then, it just wasn't a regular soy sauce. So there I was simmering it slowly in a temperature of not boiling, otherwise it would go bitter and oh boy. I finally made it and invited those people to come and taste this ultimate soy dip sauce, whatever. And people, only 2 came. Both are sort of foodies and love food, and they were amazed. So was I. I was like, it opened my mind, it opened my palates, and we just said that, you know, there's no returning for regular soy sauce. If you're gonna eat after that a regular soy sauce that is just poured out from the bottle, it just doesn't cut it. I mean, it's just salty and that's it. But when we ate that thing, it really felt like and tasted like it has layers. It's a soy sauce that has layers, and you could actually taste and feel how the taste of the soy sauce starts to change little by little, and I was I was just I was just George Takei all over. I was like, oh my, and come on, please, let me go to the right side, please. Thank you. Yeah, I was, and then I kind of knew that my my level of sushi has taken a turn in 15 years towards something that is so unbelievable. And I could imagine that, okay, maybe there is something to it, to how does it, to the whole thought that maybe sushi can be 3 Michelin stars. But I think I would still rather use 300 euros for Heston Blumenthal's fat duck and eat this 20 or 15 dishes of molecular gastronomy, then, you know, use 300 euros for just eating, well, not just eating, but having these, whatchamacallit, pieces of absolutely perfect fish and rice. Well, maybe I could use only once in a lifetime, but the fat duck would definitely draw a longer straw. Why did I use the straw? Oh. It's Well, that's my story about sushi. After that, I've kept making the dipping sauce and learned how to be better and more efficient making it, and I even learned how to cut the fish in different ways so that you can taste the structure of the sushi, the fish muscle strands, you know, because muscle fibers go to different directions, and it's more juicy or tastes better and tender depending on the direction you cut the sushi and so on. Yes, it's something like that. And it just feels like you don't. I can't eat sushi anymore just anywhere. It just tastes horrible when you eat it in a wrong place. Which is kind of a shame, but I believe it still goes to different category that you have, like you still have ultimate sushi. You still have kind of sushi that is absolutely gorgeous. And then you have this buffet sushi that you can eat about as, I don't know, as long as you want. As much as you want also. Because you're supposed to fill yourself with this semi-free rice and bad-tasting salmon, I guess. But hey, that's your call. I'm not gonna do it except maybe in one place or two places in Helsinki metro or the metropolitan area. Yeah, also in Vantaa. Sure. As for a good sushi, it definitely goes to the definitely goes to Vagokoro or Sushi Bar and Wine. And I don't think I have anything else to say about the sushi. Now, now I'm coming to the game part. I'm gonna talk about Chrono Trigger. The Chrono Trigger is one of these first games. Not first. Final Fantasy VI would be the first game that actually awes me. The Chrono Trigger, however, is the game that totally won my heart. It has everything you could wish for from a good game. It has a great story, great characters. It even has multiple endings and yeah, sure. Oh, dang it! I thought it was the other item. Well. What was I say? Oh yeah. Chrono Trigger was made by Square. Back then, there was a company called Square instead of Square Enix. You know, combination of two companies, and I mean it was Squaresoft. Yeah, Squaresoft, and they made this absolutely fabulous game called Chrono Trigger. Yeah, basically, it's almost typical level up game, but instead of having the same formula as 90% of Japanese level up games, they also put. Is there a store? Oh yeah, whatever. They Why do I keep taking damage? You could move your character around. Let's say that. Because normally you would just hang in one place and wait until the time meter fills up, and then you make your move, your attack or spell or whatnot. But in this one, you could actually... The characters were in different positions, and that position actually tells how you're supposed to handle the fight. Because some of the fights weren't possible unless some characters were aligned or forming a delta formation and or if you would swing your sword around in certain places. Well, it's well, maybe you understood what I was saying. But it did have this time meter, and of course you use that time meter to blow up. I mean, wait until you get your actions. But of course, at some point, the characters didn't know magic, because magic was rare, and at first you only had your skills and weapons. But at some point you finally caught up how to do magic, and then you get these awesome things, and you would also get these new characters in the story, or sometimes hidden characters, characters that you weren't suspecting of having, and god dang it, and the whatchamacallit, the graphics. I've always loved pixel graphics, and back then when everything was pixel graphic, because everything, well, basically nowadays it's still pixels, but they just don't call it pixel graphics. It's they're just smaller pixels. But back then the pixels were huge, and come on, get over here already. And it's how would I say? Yes, it was art to actually get something so small to look like to look so awesome. Final Fantasy did it, and Chrono Trigger definitely succeeded in it. Well, I'm actually saying that. Well, Final Fantasy VI did it also, but Chrono Trigger, and the music is spine chilling, and it time to time it did bring tears to my eyes, and the story just took it with me to a journey, and let's just say I highly recommend it. And even to this day, when there are other people who enjoy the Chrono Trigger, we could talk for ages about it. I love the main character, as usual, is the silent one who doesn't talk, and then there was this girl who knows her gadget and is a nerd, and then there's this secret character that you meet and turns out she's something else than she is, without giving any spoilers, and then you have this a knight who has a curse and who tries to get rid of the curse, and this robot that was trapped. Oh, for crying out loud. Huh? Oh. Hangman. Okay. Who was like, how would you say? Joker? I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is either. Just decide. Yeah, let's. Oh yeah, I was talking about the Chrono Trigger. Right. The robot, and oh yeah, then there was this some character from far from the past, like dinosaur time, and she and she was a cave woman, so to speak. Can you actually say a cave woman? Is that politically correct? Incorrect? Cave person. She was just a female. That's it. Come on, give me your hand. There you go. Give me a hand, Willie. And what else? Oh, it was the end of the world as we know it, and you're supposed to stop the end of the world, and the teenagers will stop the end of the world. Well, it didn't bother me back then, and even now, that the teenagers are the one who save the earth. But it's kind of funny to think that it's always the teenagers who do it. Why? I don't know. Because nobody else has the time, can do it. Something. Well, they had a great destiny and time traveling and meeting so many people, and it started to make a difference what you actually do during those times. You travel back and forth here. You travel back and forth in different times and places, and try to make things happen so that they actually have much more meaning, and well, all in all, it's a fabulous game. It's a game that brought me joy, brought me life. in my unlife. If people say that you don't have a life because you're a freaking nerd, well, it was a story of several people, and I would say those people's lives, even though they would be fictional in some people's point of view, it was life to me, and those lives mattered. Oh boy. And what else? I don't know. That's about it, I think. Okay. Thanks for watching the Advent Calendar number 1. And please hit the like, hit the sub, hit the share, and hit the bell so that you get notifications. And I'll see you next time, and happy December and happy holidays. Goodbye.